Aloha, Sylvan Bell coming back from Sacramento, California, December 18th, 2016, 6:45 in the morning. Perfect day. Perfect day to talk about sales. And we're talking about how you could build rapport in the sales process or just normal conversation in general. Okay, so we're on O in the formal process, and O is occupation. And I see people mess this up a lot just in normal conversation, because it's like we all have like the standard thing. So what's your name? What do you do? How many kids do you have? Okay, so if you sound like everybody else and it feels like your conversation's like everybody else, you're gonna get the process pushed on you from the last salesperson. So your job is to come up with questions that are better than the other salespeople around you. So there's a couple ways you can ask this. Instead of saying, so what do? You could say, what occupation are you in, or what industry are you in? So it's gonna set you apart just from the other people who are saying the same exact thing. So what occupation are you in? Oh, I'm a physician. Okay, cool. What industry are you in? Well, I'm in the sales industry. Okay, cool. So know that sometimes when somebody tells you that they're in sales, it's meant to freak you out so that you don't go through your sales process. Now, I will let you know this, living here in Sacramento and doing a lot of in-home sales here, there are like times where people don't want to talk about their industry. There's a lot of prisons and there's a lot of places where people could go to jail around this area. And so if I would deal with a prison guard, I'd say, so what industry are you in? They'd say, I work for the state. And once again, you got to pay attention to social boundaries and social norms, because if someone's not really wanting to talk about what they do, you're not really supposed to push that button. And so if they said, hey, I work for the state, I kind of knew that was code that, look, I don't want to talk about what I do. I don't want to talk about where I work because I'm worried, which, you know what, I totally understand. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm just saying you need to pay attention to the social norms, because if they're like, I don't want to talk about this, I don't want to give you the conversation, then that's either a bad timing or it's a subject that's sore or it's not something you need to talk about, okay? So there you go. You could talk about occupation. So here's the thing. You can ask somebody, do you like what you do, right? And I'm going to give you Scott's super secret tip number 10,271. Right? So if you ask somebody what occupation and they say I'm retired, here's the thing you got to know is retired people don't typically miss work, they miss connections. And so I'm going to teach you how to foretell the future, foresee the future for that person. So the person says, I really don't miss, what do you do? I'm retired. Yeah, I bet you miss the people that you work with, right? And almost everybody that you ask or make that statement to says, yeah, how did you know? Okay? So it's a way for them to, like, this guy's pretty much on it. He knows what he's talking about. So there you go. If you're dealing with a retired person, I bet you don't miss the job. You probably miss the connections and the people. Yeah, how did you know? Just smart that way, okay? So, occupation. What industry are you in? What occupation are you in? Better way to ask the question. Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story. That would be fantastic. Right in there, to the right or to the left, there's a subscribe button. You know what you got to do, you got to subscribe. And then last of all, you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. I'm guessing this is where the buttons are. Why not even link to Sylvan Bell? We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.